And I am live. Hello, world. Hey, Def Bomb. Let me check what's going on here. Go to my channel. Live. And boom. Sucker is. Yep. I'm good. I see a failed attempt on the Facebooks. Now I can't get back to my tab. Where is it? Uh-oh. There it is. I'm back. Got too many tabs open. I assume you can hear me. I assume the audio is good. Hey, Gunnar. Hey, Whackman. It is better. Hello, very boring name, James. Ian Scott Johnson's in the house. 6:25 a.m. Jeez. What are you doing? We got Titty John. I assume you're getting lots of titty, John. Christoph. Hey, Benjamin, Justin, Stuart, John. Yeah, audio's good. Yep, cool. Crystal clear. Because I am using the Samsung Go mic. Look at that. It's a winner chicken dinner, the Samsung Go mic. And you'll notice the improved video quality because I am using my C920 webcam. There isn't much light in here, but it's doing good. I look a bit strange not in the lab. Yeah, fair enough. Is Alton? Yep, I just got the call from Mrs. EEVblog that she won her first tennis match. Not her first match, but she just won the match she just did. So it means she progresses through to the next round or something. So she's got to play another one. So I'm here for a couple of hours. Kids are entertaining themselves. And, yep. 99 peeps. Oh, no, that includes the fake X count. The fake X count at 47. Now it's 48. It'll never drop. Oh, Jesus. X. Unbelievable. 50. Woo, 51. It's nuts. Anyway, if you're wondering what the heck happened before, I was trying to use Rumble Studio because I'd been hearing good things about Rumble Studio, about how it goes to different, streams out to the different platforms, just like StreamYard does. Goes to X, YouTube, Facebook, and to Rumble. Because I do have a Rumble account, but my videos don't upload auto-upload anymore because that's all broken. That was not my fault. YouTube broke that. So, hey, Ralph from Taiwan, hey, Neuropilot, San Francisco. Still living in San Fran. Be careful. You don't get the last, you're not, don't miss that last U-Haul truck out of San Francisco. Hey, Spencer. Hey, Ethereal. Should be a weekly event. Well, kind of sort of used to do it weekly, but nah. But by meh, I mean like there's always kid stuff on every weekend. So it's like, yeah, doesn't happen. Sorry, it is dark in here. It's not lit. Just got a dark wall in front of me and not much light at all. What happened to the Apple Lisa, Max? Hey, Salvo from Milano. What happened to the Apple Lisa? It's still sitting in my bunker. Nothing has happened to it because it was totally ruined by the leakage. Totally ruined by the battery leakage. Can't remember, like had an onboard battery or whatever, and it just, I think it leaked onto multiple cars. Didn't go onto the back plane or something. There's just no fixing it. There's no fixing that. The corrosion was just, it was on all the traces. It was on through the connectors, the bus board, all sorts of, the back plane bus board, wasn't it? Or something. It was horrible. So that's what happened to the Lisa. It's a sad death. I guess I could get it going again by sticking a Raspberry Pi emulator thing in there, like inside the shell of it, and just making an emulator Lisa. It's possible, I guess. I don't know, Tiddy. What would you like to talk about? I'm not here to talk about anything because I'm just going randomly live. I have nothing to say otherwise. America, Dr. B. Oh, France. We have a frog aficionado in the house. Wichita, Kansas. Wow, 12:30 a.m. Hi, Rampandoo. I don't think Adrian's going to fix it, Def Pop. Like, go back and watch it. Like, I can go in here and I go EEVblog Lisa. And let me have a look at my own. I'm going to watch my. Hi. Yeah, look, it's horrible. Yeah, backplane. Go and watch it. Type in EEVblog YouTube. That's fixable. I mean, everything's fixable, right? Yeah, look, it's right into the PCI connectors. Look at the, I'll give you the timestamp of what I'm looking at the moment. Share. Start at. There you go. Copy. Boom. Over. Boom. Go and look. That's just one random point in the video where it's right into the ISA industry standard. They're not ISA slots, but you know what I mean. The ISA connectors in IBM speak. And it's just awful. It's just terrible, Muriel. That is not. Look, and it's gotten all into the traces. It's gotten, like, it's eaten under the traces, right? Oh my God. Right? Yeah. If you spend hundreds of hours of work, maybe you can restore it. But I'm sure there's a whole bunch of those traces that are broken. So you have to buzz them all. And then it doesn't mean like you could repair it. And then a month later, it's dead again. Because you can't get under the solder mask to clean the copper. It's just continue to get eaten away. It's awful. It's terrible. Muriel? Oh, anyway, so yeah, as I was saying before, the Rumble Studio thing, I tried to use Rumble Studio and it looked good. I got in there. It was pretty simple. I added all my sources. I approved my X, my Facebook, and my YouTube channel, and they appeared all there. My camera appeared. There's no microphone level thing on it, which is stupid, but there isn't on StreamYard either, which is stupid. What streaming platform does not have a freaking VU meter? The most basic thing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, so I did all that and I went go live. And apparently it was going. it was going live, and I could see chat, I could see comments and stuff, right? And it just there was a pop-up window which had all 4 sources, right? So I thought, and it had a little spinny wheel against all of them, and it just stayed there as a spinny wheel. It didn't do anything. And then I couldn't figure out how to get it. It had the so you were seeing that green rumble thing as a background, whereas I was seeing down in the bottom left corner, I was seeing my face as a participant. I couldn't figure out how to add myself as a participant. It's ridiculous. Bloody hell. It's bullshit. So much for that. I've heard people raving about how good Rumble Studio is. Jesus. Fail at the first hurdle. Oh, check this out. I think this is a first, isn't it? X, the StreamYard now pulls through X comments. Wow. There you go. So hi to the currently 3 people. No, 2 people. Well, no. 143 watching me on X, which is not a real number because it never goes down. I don't know. I've never watched a live stream on X. Is it a chat thing? Let me go in. I'm going to go in. Going to check myself out. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I'm live. Look at that. Yeah, it just plays as a normal video window. I was just hassling Elon this morning about where's my video tab. He did promise a video tab. It's not there. It's bullshit. I see your comment, Charlie B. You got it working. But I don't see... Is there actually a live chat in X? I don't see it. Maybe because I own it. Does anyone know? Can you actually see? Charlie, can you actually see, like, is there a chat window on X? How does that work? America land. Hey, that Colin guy. Yeah, sometimes if it's only a few traces, yeah, you can scrape the mask away, but it was everywhere. It was awful. It was, sorry, I've got a bit of a lurgy at the moment, so my voice is probably different. And I was banished last night. Mrs. EEVblog banished me. I was coughing too much. Yeah, you can scrape the mask away and then jumper it. Yes, you can. Possible. Or you can lay down new traces. You can get adhesive copper tape and you can lay them down and then you can get solder mask and in a pen. And X has live chat, does it? Okay. Well, there you go. I did not know. Hi to all my viewers on X. And your chats are showing up here. So, yeah. So, unfortunately, the Lisa had... it was all through the expansion connectors. It was all into the main traces on several boards? Oh, it was just... Go and have a look at the video. It's awful. There's a chat window over there. Okay. I can't see the chat window because why would I not be able to see the chat window if I'm the bloody host? Where's my X window again? There it is. I do not. I've got picture in picture. I've got full screen. I don't. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I have to click on it. Duh. Yes, you're right. If I click on it, there is a chat. Hello world. There you go. There you go. It works. Oh, wow. Good on you, X. Somebody said this yesterday. It was a tweet yesterday, which I replied to. Has X improved since Elon Musk bought it? Of course it bloody well has. It's got a million new features. X did nothing. When when Jack Dorsey owned it. Sorry, I'm just closing a bunch of tabs. Half these tabs aren't mine. They're Mrs. EEVblog. She's got Bunnings tabs open. She's got timber ranges. God, she's remodeling again. Oh. Ugh. Enhance your timber things. I'll give you a link to what she's opened up. I don't know about you, but it looks expensive. Jeez. Better make more videos, make more money to pay for the latest Mrs. EEVblog thing. She's researching. Yeah, the lease is too much work for too little reward. Yes, I agree. It's hundreds of hours of work. It's not trivial. It's just like, it's crazy. I'm not that keen. No, I'll probably never sell the Lisa. Sorry, Max. That's probably one of the few I'd hold on to. I'm thinking about selling quite a few of my vintage computers, but I'll probably keep the Lisa because it's just pretty unique. You just went through a tropical storm. More damage than it did as a hurricane. Damn, hope it's not too bad. I just retweeted today. I retweeted some drone footage of, I don't know what hurricane it is, but hurricane in Florida, I think it was. And it's, everything's just decimated. Unbelievable. Yet there'll be like a house that is completely untouched, and surrounding the house, just everything's flattened. Like fiddlesticks. Unbelievable. Yes, Mrs. EEVblog is looking for wood. Oh, really? Okay. Repair one decided the amount of work involved was not worth it. Yeah, like if it was a small repair, for sure, I'd do it. But once you see that it's leaked under the solder mask into probably hundreds of traces and into the connectors are all gone. And it's like, ugh, no. Yeah, and the repair one started having problems again within a month. Yeah, it's one of the problems. Something is seriously wrong with your hot air station, Thomas. If your lights are flickering when you're using your hot air station, you have something seriously wrong with your wiring. If your hot air station, which takes what? I don't know, how much does a hot air station take? A few hundred watts or something? If that's enough to cause your lights to flicker, my God, what's the impedance of your mains there? Hey, unmanaged 615. Yes, the Panoplex is very nice. Yes, yeah, I have to put it on the cow. Yep. Check it out. I'm sure it's still bang on. Sure it is. I'd be very surprised if it's not. The data sheet said something ridiculous like 0.05% or something. It was crazy accurate. Does it have a built-in reference or something? The chipset, like the actual chip used in there. I think it was a 2-chip solution or something. And yeah, it was nuts. Hey, Alessandro from Italy. Yeah. All right, compulsive yawn. Made a mess of Georgia and South Carolina. Yikes. Vintage computers bring no money back when you count the hours. Unless you're lucky to, get one cheap and it works and you can flip them. I've flipped a few vintage computers over the years. Well, yeah, I'm thinking about getting rid of some of my vintage computers because they're probably just going to continue to be worth less and less, I think, as people who actually remember them and have a fondness for them, like, die off. I hate to say it, but, it's getting to that point where, people were in their, 20s when they loved these computers. They're now in their 60s, 70s, like, for some of the early ones. So, yeah, I mean, if I keep them for another 10 years, there might not be much of a market left. But if you've got something like an Apple Lisa or something like that, then, but if you've just got like an average everyday thing or some obscure little Intel board, like I've got 2 of those Intel boards, for example, those Intel 8080 boards. I'm thinking about selling those. Got one new in box. Unmanaged 615 is misspelled. Where? On my video? Probably. I can't spell. Yes, I have my Saturday burger. Yeah, here comes the yawning again. Just thinking about. All right. Yep. Oh boy. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep last night. What I've been doing recently at night. I've been binge watching Lost. I'm back on Lost. Haven't watched it since it originally aired, and for some reason, I got started on and I can't stop. I'm binge watching Lost. I know the ending sucks, but it's actually so good. It's really so good, and I can remember why I loved it. You're late, Manicanton. Yeah, well, I don't know, Baxter. I can't. Well, there is. I mean, I can fix it straight off the bat. There is a meter on. There is a saw meter on eBay which looks like it has almost identical model. It's not the same model, but it looks like it's identical in functionality. It's probably got the exact same LCD in it. So I could just buy that. Of course, it's cost more than the meter's worth. It'd cost me like $80 US or something, including shipping. Like, it's like, it becomes an expensive meter. But yeah, I'm not sure about the ferrofluid. Somebody commented, I just read a comment this morning, somebody who they used to work for HP or something, and they used to design LCD, like they used to manufacture custom LCDs or something like that. And they told me you've got to have the exact, you can get these little micro dots and you put them in there, and that's what spaces. You've got to space the two plastic, not plastic, the two glass sheets, top and bottom. You've got to space them like so perfectly evenly, and you have to leave this little, microns gap or something, and then the ferrofluid wicks into there. You put it along the top and it wicks into there or something. And yeah, but you got to have, he says, if you don't have the perfect distance between them, it's not going to work. Like it's just going to fail. It's just going to fail. You get weird colors, or it won't work at all, or whatever. So apparently it's tricky to actually repair the LCD itself. So I don't know. Oh, I did take apart a tiny. I did take apart one of those $2 pocket meters. Not pocket. One of those. One of the. I can't remember the model number. The $2 multimeter. I took apart that this morning because it looked like it had a similar LCD in it, and it had the single zebra strip and everything. I took it out. It's the wrong pitch. It's the wrong pitch. It was the same size and everything. It was exactly the same size glass, everything. I thought, I'm in luck. And then I tried to put it on, and the pitch was completely wrong. Hey, Josh. Who is Alessandro? Did he work for General Electric? Who's that? Who are you talking about? How come I'm live on a Saturday? It's because Mrs. EEVblog is at a tennis competition, and she won't be home for a couple of hours. Probably another hour. She'll be back. Depends on how far she whips their young ass. She's pretty good. No, the only Apple thing, well, I've got an Apple IIc and I've got an Apple Lisa. That's it. I've done videos on both of those. The 2C still works. I've still got a couple of vintage ones that I haven't done videos on. I've got a Tandy Model 2 with the big 8-inch floppies. I think that's pretty crusty, though. Yeah, you can do everything with an emulator these days. Like, it's almost like, why bother getting the original hardware working? I can see the appeal in it, of course. If it's an easy fix, I'd be fixing it. But it's not. Like, so the Apple Lisa, like, it'd be really nice if, I could emulate it. But then you'd have to get the, if you wanted to have the vintage look, you got to get the CRT working. And I don't know if do the emulators talk to the CRT driver? I doubt it. You'd have to replace it with like a LCD thing or something. And then the only thing you have actually left is the case. You basically only got the case. So yeah, Model 100. I've got two Model. Oh, hang on. No, I've got a Model 100. I've got a Model 102. I thought I had two Model 100s. No, I think one of them is a 102. And I've got a Model 200. I don't think I've ever shown my Model 200, which is the clamshell one with the big screen. I've actually got a Model 200. Pretty sure I haven't done a video on Model 200. EEVblog. Tandy 200. No. 200 video retrospective. Nope. Tandy 102 vintage computer repair. Oh, there you go. I don't even remember repairing my Tandy 102. Just looking at my own video. How did I repair this? What was wrong with it? LCD, maybe. I'm probing some stuff. I'm scoping some stuff. I honestly don't remember doing that. I don't remember repairing the most go to the most replayed bit. Oh, it's a broken trace. Is it? I think I found a broken trace. Yay me. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Got my tongue at the right angle. Yep. I found a broken and eaten. Yeah. I found a trace that was eaten through. Wow. There you go. And I put a bodge link on it. It's a winner chicken dinner. Oh, what a great repair video. There you go. People say I don't do repair videos. EEVblog number 1376. Winner chicken dinner. Good on me. There you go. I found a corroded trace. For those who actually want the link, look, I'll save you the effort of having to type it. Look at that. If you want a good vintage repair video, there you go. I scope stuff. Oh, hello. Spinning its wheels. You gonna post that comment or what? They want 500 Canadian for your Soul multimeter online. What? Tell them they're dreaming. Hey, Andre, it's going well. I'm behind on the comments. What? Zotac have a soldering iron with a built-in multimeter? Oh, piss off. No. The humanity. Yeah, 1980s skateboard. 15 years ago was worth $2,000, now worthless because of reissues. Wow. Ooh, that hurts. Oh, do you repair a Rigol 210 or not? Snap poll in the chat. Should Jethro spend $60 to repair the LCD in his Tektronix 210? Oh, there's so many fanboys out there of the TDS 200 series. I was one of them, but it got to a point that it's just so slow and old. Like, Yes, I get excited over my own videos, especially one I completely forgotten about. See, I would never have been able to tell you that I repaired my Tandy 102 laptop. Completely forgotten about that video. Utterly, and it looks like a damn good repair too. Oh, I sort of use both terms, traces, tracks. I change my terminology all the time. via. I can imagine what market they're going after with that. They're going for like the laptop repair market. You know, you can get like power supplies, you know, like all in one instrument. You know, for someone who runs one of those little, you know, shoebox repair stalls, you know, and they haven't got much bench space, so the soldering iron and multimeter and power supply all in one. You know, it's kind of like, okay. Do I ever find tech on the street out for trash? Not very often, very rarely. But I've got a dumpster room. I don't need the curb. Because they changed it here, right? They changed the council here changed the rules. We used to have twice a year, I think, a local council cleanup, it's called. And it was a set day twice a year where everyone within the local council area would put all their trash out, right? You'd put all your stuff out, and then they would actually, you know, giant truck comes along and they, you know, take it all to the tip for you. And they did that once or twice a year. And so all of the hoarders, right, and all the people reselling shit on eBay and stuff, they would go around because they know what date this is on. And they go away, and like half your stuff would be gone. Half the stuff would be gone before the truck even turns up to pick it up, because all the scroungers that go around, they knew, right? And it was great. I loved that, right? Because a huge bunch of stuffs get recycled. And then they changed it to, no, you've got to book a pickup. So you get 2 bookings a year or something, and you have to personally book it. And so we end up with, rather than just getting it over and done with, like once or twice a year, everyone, basically everyone puts all their stuff out. Now there's just like little individual ones littered everywhere. It's just, no, I don't like it. Just do it all in one day, and then people can go around with their trailer. You see people turn up with their trailer and they'd hunt through your stuff and choose the stuff they want. It was great. But no, council changed it, bastards. Don't like it. And then I tell you the story of, I think I did, but I'll tell it again. We were chopping down trees out in the backyard. It was for the pool, right? Because we're putting in the pool. So we're chopping down all the trees and everything, and the garden beds and all sorts of stuff, right? And so we're putting them out the front, and we booked our council lean up thing. They give you like a page to actually print out a sticker or whatever you put it on, and you're supposed to bundle everything up, So we, followed the rules, have to be a certain length, and the branches all have to be bundled up. Went to all the effort to cut them to length, bundle them up and everything. And then we left it out the front, and we came home and it was still there. They were supposed to pick up that day. So we thought, oh, okay, maybe they'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, goes, nope, they don't pick up our stuff. And so we call them up and we go, hey, the truck didn't come. And they go, yes, it did, but they didn't pick it up because you didn't place it correctly. And I went, what? It's out front of our house. How can we not place it correctly? It's like neatly lined up along our driveway, right out the front. And they went, no, we cannot come onto your land. We cannot set 1 foot onto your land. You have to put it out on the sidewalk. And we're going, we don't have a sidewalk. And we're taking photos of our front yard because our house is in a weird sort of thing where it doesn't have a normal sidewalk going along. And in fact, our whole street is like this. And so for us to put something on the sidewalk, we would have to go another street further and put it along the sidewalk. Our street literally does not have sidewalks on it. And and they said, oh, no, well, sorry. But you didn't put it out the front. Well, you leave it on the road or something. No, I don't know. Something like that. Oh, it was all complete bullshit. And then a dude came out. They actually sent somebody out. And he's standing here, you can't have it here. And he's going, this is your private land. No, it's got to be out on the road. And he's there, and I'm showing him, we don't have a sidewalk to put it on, which is technically public land. So that the people picking it up, they're insured, right? Because they're not insured to go. And I go, I give you permission to come onto our property. What do you want me to sign? I'll sign a liability waiver. It's like, not good enough. So they did eventually find under a light pole, because there is one light pole in our street. And they said, right, put it under that light pole. So I had to move all the shit. It's just unbelievable. They finally came and picked it up, but it was a joke. Anyway, bloody ridiculous. Council regulations, insurance crap. Yeah, DI is good, Trevor. It's working. Although, I was just bragging about how every single day since I've installed it has been, since I installed the larger battery, the surplus, we've had surplus power every day. But last 2 days has been horrible weather. It's been pouring down rain and stuff. And we actually the battery went flat. Sad. Oops. So where's it up to today? I'll be able to tell you. Solar Assistant. No, not Solar Analytics. SolarAssistant.io. No, battery's only at 32%. Damn it. It's already 4 o'clock. Nope. We're going to come a gutser. And the oven's got to go on tonight. So it's pizza night. So, yeah. No, it's just really overcast today. No, battery got up to 39%, and then it went down to 22. Oh, wow. Yeah, because we've got the pool heat pump on. That's why. Wow. Yep. Wah. Pool heat pump just switched off, actually. So there you have it. Nope. Window shut down. There we go. Actually, it seems to be perfect as it is. DEFPOM. I filled it with 5 out of the 6 units. 25 kilowatt hours seems to be fine. Because it's another $2,500 to fill it up. And most of the time, we're not using that full capacity. So I'd pay an extra $2,500 and I'd only use it, a few percent of the time? So, yeah, it actually doesn't. You can actually have a too big a battery, really. Well, in terms of, in terms of cost, in terms of bang per buck. Yeah, it's a lot harder to sue for dumb stuff here, but, we do have all the basic liability stuff, and it's the insurers, basically. The insurers won't, I guess the local council people, they don't want to get, they don't actually, it's not, I think, it comes from the fact that, it'd be a council rule that they're not allowed to come on your property without your permission. But when you book, oh, God. But no, I think they told me it was an insurance liability thing because they're not insured for going onto people's properties. So I'm not sure why they don't do that. I'm not sure if it's the insurers refusing them or whether or not the council have simply not taken out that option to... Actually, they're not council people. I think they're third-party people. That's right. Yes. I think they don't actually work for the council. They're third-party contractors. Something like that. Anyway, it gets complicated. It's messy. They do have that. The council have there's a chemical thing where you can go and drop off all your chemicals and stuff, which is really cool. But yeah, they should have a common place. You can just go dump stuff. Park cars on the grass. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're allowed to park your car on your... Well, no, technically you're not. They could book you, I guess, because it isn't a road. It's not a road yet, but it's actually common as mud for that to happen. But technically, I think you could probably get booked for it. Yeah, verge in the US. It is not called a verge here. It's called a council strip, or it's called yeah, it isn't called a verge. Verge is an American thing, I believe. Yeah, we don't call them verges here. No, I don't have a video on my panel. It's just how we used to do them back in the 80s, 70s and 80s. And actually even before that. But I was supposed to have that booked. Well, no, I didn't have a date booked in. I am getting that upgraded. But the guy who's doing the upgrade is just like, I go, yeah, let's do it. And he goes, great, let's do it. And then I never hear back from him. 2 months later, let's do it. And he says, yeah, let's do it. Next week, I've got time. And then it never happens. It never happens, but it will eventually, I guess. No, the insurance does not go up by having lithium batteries in your home. Same with the car. If you've got an EV, people say, "Oh, Dave, your lithium battery is dangerous. Your home storage battery is dangerous." Not as dangerous as my EV. My EV uses NMC cells, and it's 38 kilowatt hours, not 25 kilowatt hours of NMC. Sorry, LFP. But no, your insurance does not go up. What is the new Internet Act? It's the new Internet Act? No, the mafia doesn't control garbage in Australia. Oh, the good old Dave videos again. Yeah. Everyone's got their idea of what a good old Dave video is. All right, I think I'm way behind on the chat. Nature strip, yes. Yes, nature strip is one of the terms here. Nature strip. Or just sidewalk. Yeah, gas is dangerous. Everything's dangerous. A normal car full of petrol is more risky. Yep. Oh, okay. You actually asked them, Ian. Yeah, no difference to policies. No. Sure, they can catch on fire. Just like your car can catch on fire. Your EV can catch on fire. Your house can catch on fire if you have a gas leak. Bam. Yep. Oh, the Disinformation Act. Yes, of course. Total bullshit. I think our opposition, the Libs, have just come out and now they're against it. I think I saw that on Twitter yesterday, but I haven't confirmed it. Because just like a week ago, both parties were for it. Both parties supported this Misinformation, Disinformation Act here in Australia. And now there's been so much pushback that the Libs, who are not in power here, because we have a Labor government at the moment, and so the Libs are now, I think they might have flipped, and they might be going, maybe there's some votes there if we be against this thing. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Hey, Paul Daniels in the house, everyone. What is that symbol supposed to be, Paul? What is your logo symbol? The circle with the spinny blade thing. Is it supposed to represent a fan or something? I know fan spin is Lewis Rossman's thing. What is that supposed to be? What is your logo? Tell us. Paul Daniels will now reveal the history behind his logo. No plans for FPGA videos. No stopping EVs. Well, I don't know. They're sort of stopping themselves at the moment. Because EVs are still a niche thing. I know there's countries where there's, some Nordic countries where they're the absolute dominant, but they have their own unique requirements. Each country has its own unique requirements. And really, EVs, they're expensive. They're worth as bad or worse for the environment. And like in terms of manufacturing, in terms of embodied energy and stuff like that, they probably are. And they're only for people who have the ability to charge them at home and have the lifestyle and the ability to do it. Otherwise, it's just a dumb idea to get an EV. If you don't have the ability to charge your EV at home, I do not recommend you get one. It's a dumb idea. Don't get one. Get a nice car. Internal combustion engine. Oh, my logo. What? PLD combined together. Yeah, I can see the P. I can see the D. I'm not seeing the L. I'm not seeing the L. Is anyone else seeing the L in that logo? I can see the P and the D, but you're not selling me on that one. PD, I understand. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, or is that L? L means P and you mistyped there. You did P and D combined together. I think that's what you mean. Okay, cool. Electricity is hyper expensive these days. Our government just bragged, we reduced electricity prices by 20% or some bullshit like that. Anyway, my bill is going to be effectively zero now. Effectively zero it's not going to be zero because you still have to pay the supply surcharge. So I pay $1.20 a day supply. And at the moment, I'm only using about 50 cents worth of power a day. And I'm selling back like 70 cents or something like that. So, yeah, so my bill with the new storage battery is probably going to drop to, it's dropping to as low as it can get. Basically, the charge of the connection. I'm not really paying for any power. The L is leaning to the right. Not seeing it. Nah, I'm not seeing an L in that. Two parallel black lines of the L. Little I, Dave. Right. Got it. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, nah. PD. I would stick to PD there. Your $2,500 e-scooter batteries died in 2 years, nearly $1,000 to replace. Couldn't you repack it yourself? Jeez, $1,000. I now have a smart meter, but my bill's not going up. I'm on a fixed tariff still. Still on a fixed tariff. I'm trying to find what the greatest feed-in tariff is, but it might be 10 cents. I'm currently on 5 cents feed-in tariff because I'm actually, even though it's not summer here yet, I'm still pumping out a lot of energy back to the grid. Some days are over 20 kilowatt hours a day going back to the grid, even though I'm trying to use as much as I can. It's nuts. Yeah, if you've got if you've got solar, you got lifestyle for it, highly recommend an EV. It's great. Our one doesn't cost a cent to run. It's all solar powered. We've effectively got a solar powered car. It's great. Yep, but you got to have the lifestyle to support it. And they're more expensive though. They're not cheap. Yeah, I'm waiting for the EV tax. Yeah. Okay, I'm up to date on the chat. Half-acre block, nice. Access to EV to chart, nice new mains blocks, plenty of expansion room. You're on a winner, Paul. They added a road user charge for EV. Yep. Who saw that one coming? $250 a year tax. Yep. Yeah, I just got my car re-registered, and most of it, is road tax. Most of it is road tax. But that isn't because it's an EV. In fact, I think there might even still be a small subsidy for EV. How is the pool? The pool is fine. Used it a couple of weeks ago, although at the moment it's only at 23 degrees or something. Even though I heat it up, even though I pump energy into it for 8 hours a day while the sun's up, it still doesn't get warm enough. We have to run it a lot longer than that. So, but yeah, no, it's coming into pool season again. School holidays have just started. So the kids kids might be in there. I don't know. We'll see. It's too cold for Mrs. EEVblog. She refuses to go in unless it's 28 degrees. Why do we need a poll? We don't need to. I don't care about engagement. You're already at 35C, Paul. Wow. That's what you get for being a Queenslander. Yeah, but the problem is, Hypex, the problem is that if everyone got an EV, you're screwed. And if half of them can't charge at home, you are screwed. You're screwed. EVs are a lifestyle convenience choice. Oh, he's off on a state of origin rant again. Why can't we make a lifetime battery? Chemistry. Go ahead and do it, and you'll win a Nobel Prize. Ah, boy. Geez, 4:30 already. Nickel iron, you reckon, Paul? Yeah, there are longer ones with a higher cycle life than others. No, there's your problem. A lot of people live in apartments. You can't, you can't just run power cords from your apartment out to the street. A lot of people don't even have places to park their car, or they're parking randomly in the street. They don't have an assigned place. So it's only if you've got like a house or something. If you've got someone, you've got to have your own garage. You've got to have somewhere to park your car. Half the population doesn't do that, especially if you live in a big congested city. You're not going to have your own. Even here in Sydney, there's lots of houses where you just got to park on the street, and well, you can't just run an extension cord out to the front, because that's a trip hazard, and the council will come and fine you if everyone's running extension cords out to the road where they park their car. People don't even have driveways. They've got one of those old-fashioned terraced houses. No, I don't think there's any way to use a flow battery in EV. I don't think they've got the power requirements, power weight requirements. I was hoping to get a flow battery for my home storage here, but the bloody, what is it, Red Flow, the Aussie company behind that, they never really got off the ground. They never got, like they floated on the stock market. They floated on the exchange and they never really, it just all fizzled out. A fight broke out overcharging their Chevy Volts and Teslas. That's great. And if you're in California, they steal the copper cables from the chargers. That's the point, Mick. Sorry, I can't pronounce that, Mick. That's the problem. Let's assume half the population cannot charge at home. They can't charge at work. Okay, you reckon they can go to their shopping trip? How many chargers do you need at a local shopping centre to be able to fulfill that if everyone suddenly bought an EV? No, it's bullshit. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. The red flow name might have been why. How many petrol stations are there, Dave? How long does that take to install? It's actually a lot, Mick. Do you know what how non-easy it is, non-trivial it is to upgrade the power requirements required to install, say, a dozen charging stations at the local servo? And do you know how long you have to plug your car in for? And do you know how unreliable they are? Do you own an EV? Have you been to charging stations? Half of them don't work. Half of them don't work. And half of them have different standards. It's bloody ridiculous. Half of them have different payment standards. Guess how many apps, how many charging apps I've got on my shoe phone? There's over half a dozen of them. Most of those companies have gone out of business. Investment in infrastructure is how we build a future. Yes, it is, Mick. But there's a chicken and egg problem. Okay? If you can magically solve it, go ahead. But you're going to have a real hard time. Okay? No, EVs are going to be niche for the foreseeable future. You can't just magically go and build some mythical Willy Wonka infrastructure for all these EVs and expect everyone to just buy an EV overnight. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I'm a huge EV fan. Okay, you won't get a bigger EV fan than me, but I'm not delusional. I don't think that there's going to be some magic infrastructure where everyone's going to buy an EV and we're all going to save the planet. Oh, it's not going to happen. Dude. Nobody is denying there's problems. Yes, there are big problems. This is why the rate of EV adoption is declining at the moment. It is declining because we've sort of almost reached a peak where everyone who has the lifestyle and the means to buy an EV has one, right? So, who's left, right? And who's going to pay for all this magical infrastructure? The taxpayer? The servos? Nah. Nah, sorry. Nope. EV superchargers are really, they're not cheap. And neither is, if you have to upgrade your power infrastructure at your service station, which you almost certainly do, because those, servos, they have power for the pumps and everything, but that's nothing compared to, if you want a 200 bloody, even the 50 kilowatt charger, right? That's a lot. And if you've got a dozen of those, yet everyone's talking about hundreds of kilowatt chargers now. So your average servo with half a dozen, 100 kilowatt chargers, you're over a megawatt. And if everyone's using them at once, you're talking megawatt power infrastructure for one service station. It's nuts. Oh, yeah, we can put solar panels on the roof. Yeah, great. Go ahead. Run the calculations. Oh, boy. Yep. There are very good reasons. Yeah, great. Who's going to pay for it, Mick? Who's going to pay for your massive infrastructure investment? Someone who doesn't want an EV? They have to pay for it? Do they? Yeah, same here. My house is 60 kilowatts, 63 or something, or something along the lines of 60. Yeah. The fastest I've ever charged my EV is with a 50 kilowatt charger, and even then it tapers. Even then it tapers. So it's actually quite substantial. So if you want to go to the servo and charge up your car, as Mick says, for the whole week, I'll just go to the servo and charge up for the entire week. I go to the shopping center and charge up for the entire week. Yeah. Half of them are out of service half the time. It's ridiculous. Thank you, Flippy. Good to hear. No worries. Thank you. I love hearing that. Hello, Bryce from the United States of America. Hang on, what's this comment? Yeah, it took like 50 plus years to get a gas station every 5 blocks like we have now. If one is busy, you just go to the next for your 2-minute fuel up. Yeah, exactly. It could get there eventually, I guess. Yeah, eventually. We're talking generations. We're talking generations. It's a generational change thing. And even then, it might not come. Because, it literally takes 2 minutes to go from 0 to 500 kilometers in your internal combustion engine car. I timed it once. Somebody didn't believe me. I pulled up to the servo. I actually put the stopwatch on, timed it. I filled up. I walked into the servo. I walked into the shop, paid for it, came out. It was 2.5 minutes, and I got 500 kilometers range. You just can't compete. And what? The servo is supposed to be economically viable because they install a dozen chargers, and then people have to sit there for half an hour, an hour to top up for their entire week's usage, just like Nick wants. Nah. Oh, someone think of the children. Here goes Mick. Won't somebody think of the children? Somebody put up the Simpsons meme. That's the year from combustion engines. Yes, that's why I like my EV. No local air pollution. I really like my EV because of that. It's really good. 10 million people a year die from automotive what? Yeah, fumes and city pollution. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Oh yes, if all the cities had EVs, the pollution, the air would be so fantastic. It doesn't magically happen. Nah, quick battery swaps are not a thing. Never going to be viable. Nah. Better part of a decade and a half later, I'm working as a mechatronics engineer. Cool, but I feel a bit disappointed. Ooh. Have been making products I can't really get behind for people who don't really know. Yeah, I know. That's why I much prefer my job now. I literally had a dead projects list at my former company. Not Altium. This was, well, Altium too, I guess. But yeah, my companies before that, a dead projects list. I could work sometimes 2 years on a project, then it just gets shit canned. Like now I make one bit of content. Now I'm like, the satisfaction is like, don't know how many orders of magnitude better than my day job working for the man. Because now I produce effectively a product every day. Well, assuming I upload the video every day, but you know what I mean. I produce a new product, fully working, released out to the world in a couple of days, every couple of days. And I get the satisfaction, I get that dopamine hit of releasing a video, done. Woof. You know, people have gotten value out of this. People appreciate it. Not everyone, but, you know, some people do. And yeah. So I get that. I get that dopamine hit. It can't be beat. It can't be beat. I'm telling you. If you can get a gig like mine, where you can make where you can get that dopamine hit of making a new thing every couple of days. Wow, it's great. It's great. Highly recommended. Did anyone watch Fran's latest video? Fran's building has unfortunately been purchased again. A new owner, bought her building. There may be another Fran Lab eviction. Well, she's not sure about that, but yeah, she may be in trouble soon. She's not sure, but yep, it's not good. So there are downsides to being a YouTuber. They can't do fiber to the premises Oz-wide. How do you think they're going to take to do an EV infrastructure? Yeah. Yep. It's not going to happen. There's not enough call for it. There's not enough call for it. And no government's going to put in the money required for this insane infrastructure when half the people out there don't want an EV. They're just happy with their internal combustion car. You can't force people onto it. Even if they put this infrastructure, people don't want to wait half an hour at the local servo for their car to charge. They just don't want to do it. And they don't want to pay more for the car, right? EVs are freaking expensive. EVs are like twice the price of a similar internal combustion engine car. It's crazy. And they want the flexibility of being able to go long distances, especially here in Australia, right? I was looking at, because the second car we've got, which is the Nissan Dualis Plus 2. So it's a 7-seat Nissan thing. It's getting very old now. It's like 13 years old now, something like that. So, it's getting on its last legs. It's probably still got a couple of trips in it. And we're thinking about getting a road trip EV. But you're talking like $80,000 to $100,000 for a freaking EV that has a big enough battery that can get you 500-600 kilometers that we can easily get and recharge in 2 minutes at the local servo. So no, screw it. I think I'm going to buy another internal. If we get a new one, well, I might, if it fails, we might be forced to in another year or two. No, I'll just buy an internal combustion car, maybe a hybrid, maybe. So we can just do local things, but then we've got the internal combustion engine car when we want to drive the long distances. Every time we go on a road trip, we take the internal combustion engine car. So yeah. So not everyone wants an EV, and you can't force them on people. It's bullshit if you try. Thank you, I love Scotch. Can get a used EV Leaf for like 2 to 3K now. Yeah, because they're worthless. Yep. Yeah, I think the future is hybrids. Yeah, I think hybrids are going to be popular. Yeah. And when you got a hybrid, you don't need the servo. You don't need the infrastructure, right? Because the hybrids are going to be sold to people like me who need both the occasional long thing, and then the hybrid's not suitable for that because the batteries, it only goes like 30 Ks or something. And then they have the home charging for just going, dropping the kids to school and going shopping and stuff like that, right? So, and they'll do that charging at home. They're not going to do that at the, at some servo somewhere. Not going to happen. Thank you, Vessar, for the burger fund. Thank you very much. Is that a beach you're at there? No, it's not. Something else. Yeah, they're good for local day trips. Yeah, if you get one of those. Well, the original Leaf had like, 130 kilometers range or something. And if you got an old one, it might still get 50 Ks range, which is good enough for, as I said, taking the kids to school or whatever. Buy a V8. No. The only thing I care about is space. My God. It's so I've looked, right? Because we occasionally look to see what types of different cars are out there that could replace our road trip car. And like manufacturers have no idea. What am I the only one who wants to know the top banner level spec is how many liters is the boot? How many liters of shit can I fit in the boot? Is it 500 liters, 600 liters? What is it? Bloody tell me. Show me photos of the boot. None of them do it. Oh, you got to, dive into the details. Sometimes, you can't even get it from the manufacturer. You have to find some reviewer on YouTube who's measured it. It's bloody ridiculous. It's like nobody cares about boot space. Boot space is everything. When you got a family, boot space is the only requirement in a car. I'm not kidding. Number one requirement. Right, I think Mrs. EEV, it's 10 to 5. Mrs. EEVblog is due home shortly, although technically her tennis match could go on forever. What is a boot space? It's called trunk space. Trunk for you Yanks. Here it's a boot. Yeah, ours is our boot space. I think ours is 550 liters if we fold the two rear seats down, which we do almost all the time. We hardly ever use the only reason we bought the 7-seater isn't for the 7 seats. It's because it was a little bit longer than the 5-seat version. Yeah, I think ours is 550, and it still isn't big enough. Like we're going camping soon, and we'll need to take the roof rack. So yeah, minivan. Thinking about going Starlink, are you, whack man? $30 more than Telstra's 120 fiber to the node crap. Right. Yeah, I've got no need for it because I've got fiber to the premises at the lab, which is great. But here at home, I'm still on the Telstra cable, which is the NBN. I'm on an NBN plan, but it uses the old Telstra coax network, and it's pretty good. I've got like 100/20, I think, but it's super reliable and it's plenty for what I need at home. So yeah, I don't have any need for a Starlink. Yeah, I suspect our next car is going to be a hybrid. Yeah, yeah. Although I wouldn't go for the diesel hybrid, I'd go for the petrol hybrid. But yeah, I think our next one will probably be a hybrid, just due to necessity. I mean, yeah, there are some like massive EV, like full EV ones out there, but they're like a BMW, whatever, and they're like $120,000, and it's like, come on, seriously. You know, that have like 600 kilometer battery range or something. And it's like, nah, no thanks. This is going to work. Thoughts about Thunderscope? I have no idea what Thunderscope is. Is it a new scope? Thunderscope. Beyond the Thunderscope. Oh, low cost 4-channel. Oscilloscope, Thunderbolt USB. Oh, yeah, that's been out for a while, hasn't it? Oh, it's a crowd supply thing, is it? Okay, Thunderscope. Oh, they raised $194,000 of their $46,000 goal. Good on them. Oh, yeah, Thunderscope. Yeah, I've seen this. Oh, no, yeah, this is quite old. I think I mentioned this in another live show, like way back. Okay, it's yet another USB oscilloscope. Or it's a actual PCI card, actually. You can use it as a PCI card. That's kind of cool. I don't know how much, $800 to $900. That's pricey. Whoa. It'd want to be really good for that. Thunderscope, $950. Comes in a little Pelican case. 40 gigabits per second rated USB-C cable. I don't know. You've got to have a specific need for it. Is it 12-bit? Or is it 10-bit? Or is it 8-bit? I don't know what it is. Streaming bandwidth to host. Hang on. Oh, okay. So they're comparing it to the Picoscope. They're comparing it to a Siglet. Or to a Keysight? Why? You don't compare to a bench scope. That's just dumb. So the Thunderscope is 1 gig samples per second at 8-bit and 500 meg samples per second at 12-bit. Has it got a true 12-bit ADC, or is it, or are they bullshitting? And that's just a software boxcar averaging thing. I don't know. Seems pricey. It'd want to come with really schmick software for that. I don't know. I like my bench scopes. Seems a bit pricey, the Thunderscope. Seems like it has decent specs, though. But yeah, I think you've got to have a specific need for that. I like big butts and I cannot lie. I like big boots and I cannot lie. What's camping like in Australia? I assume it's like anywhere else. You take your tent, you take your sleeping bag or your swag. Here it's a swag. You see, go and Google swag. Aussies have swags. Once a jolly swag man camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree. Sorry. Aussies will know what I'm singing. Singing, in quote marks. Really, there's a Simpsons episode about how no idea what Americans and Australians want for their cars. Camping or glamping? Unfortunately, Mrs. EEVblog does insist on hot showers. So wherever we go, must have a hot shower capability. So yeah, glamping, I guess. No, it's not really glamp. Is if you have a hot shower at your camp, is that considered glamping? I thought that was like the, the big hut tent things, and you've got your gigantic double king size bed, and you've got, yeah. No, we've got it. I've done a review. I've done a review of the tent we've got. Look at this. I got a video on everything. Kathmandu Retreat 280. There you go. Here is our. I will post it. We got a Kathmandu 5-person tent. It's one of those like 3-compartment tents. So there's 2 separate sleeping compartments at either end. One for the kids, one for the adults, and a living area in the middle. It's pretty good. It's probably, it's either Sigland or Rygold, depending on who you're a fanboy of and what particular market segment you're talking about. It's either Sigland or it's Rygold. High-speed diff pair serial. All right. Well, you pay more for the probe than you would for the scope. You don't have to keep paying the $2. I love Scotch. Any cheap way to do eye diagrams for USB PCIe? Define cheap. No, you need a decent scope for that. You need a really decent bandwidth scope and probing solution. So really, there's no cheap way. I don't think there's a cheap way to do it. If bandwidth is the only thing you're after, Echo, you can buy a second-hand high bandwidth scope on eBay. You can get good deals on like really older second-hand scopes. So yeah, you can find one with a gig, 500 meg gig bandwidth. No problem. Especially if you're in Europe, if you're in America. I don't actually have a swag. No, it's very un-Australian of me. Yeah, we've just got a normal big ass family tent, and sleeping bags and air mattresses. We've got those self-inflating air mattress things. Yep. Once again, Mrs. EEVblog approved air mattress must be at least a minimum of 100 millimeters thick. Which is funny because she's tiny. She doesn't weigh anything. She's 5'1" and she weighs like 47 kilos soaking wet. So she insists on a 100 millimeter inflatable air mattress. And she has to take a special pillow. Oh, man. This is a shout out to Sydney from Tennessee, a teenager fan of my channel and watching right now. Excellent. Hello, Sydney. Thanks for watching. I assume that's your daughter, Yellow Jacket. Tennessee. Never been to Tennessee. There's a lot of states in the US I haven't been to. So Thank you very much for watching. And Sydney, is Sydney a common name in the US? Is that a common girl's name over there? Sydney? I have a niece whose name is Sydney. Sorry, I'm going to show my age here. I have a great niece. Yes, I am a great uncle. I have a great niece named Sydney, and she's 9. She's 9. I have a great niece. That's 9 years old. Scary. About to have a second one, actually. So, yeah. Kerry, you're so late. I'm about to leave. Fashionably late is Kerry. Solar bags provide hot showers. Yeah, no. She just finds a spot that already has like an installed hot shower. We're doing a hip camp thing where we booked it via the hip camp. So you can book like it's like Airbnb for camping sites. I don't know if it's an Australian specific. I think it is an Australian specific thing. It might be available in other countries, but hip camp. So we booked through there. So you basically stay, if you own a farm or whatever, you could, you just have a campsite and you can actually market that as like an Airbnb type thing. So we booked it through Hip Camp, and they've got like a hot shower block set up for the camper. So we've got somebody's property all to ourselves. It's on the river, so we can go kayaking and stuff. It's going to be cool. So, but yes, yeah. The owners of the property have installed like a hot shower thing there. How hot it is remains to be seen, but apparently, yeah. I'm far behind with the chat again, am I? Yeah, I'm way behind. Oh, hang on. Stop giving me money. I love Scotch. I've gotten a LaCroix loan to a high-end scope with USB 3 test fixtures for 2 weeks, but budget doesn't allow me to buy. So trying to find cheaper. There's lots of old high bandwidth stuff on eBay, as I said. There's lots of old high bandwidth LaCroix, but yeah, as I said, you'll probably pay more for the probes than you will a scope. If you're on a high-speed diff probe solution, yeah. But no, you're mad if you buy. I think if one of your unique requirements is a high bandwidth scope, like 500 meg plus, you're probably mad to buy a new one. If that's one of your main things, is you just need the bandwidth because you're doing something like that. There's so many older, cheap boat anchors out there that'll do it happily for, even a few $100 sometimes. Sub $500, you can get yourself a 500 meg or 1 gig bandwidth scope or 2 gig or something. Yeah, well, the passive probes, they generally go up to 500 meg, but there's now 2 brands, both Keysight and Tektronix, both offer a 1 gig bandwidth passive probe. And I've heard that Siglent are coming out with a 1.5 gig passive probe. Which is just insanity. It's just insanity. But if you want to do that properly, you buy a good differential probe with low capacitance. It depends how what you can tolerate in terms of impedance on the thing you're probing. Because if you've got 5 picofarads of capacitance, if you've got 5 puff on your input probe, or even 3 puff or 2 puff or something like that, that's actually a lot when you start talking a gig bandwidth. Run the numbers, So, yep. Hey guys, you on again? My wife weighs the same as your dog. Should I tell Mrs. EEVblog that? I assume you're talking about Mrs. EEVblog. That I say she weighs like 47 kilos soaking wet. Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Very boring name. Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty jealous of that. That's pretty kick-ass. I am after a 4K replacement for my Togano microscope. I love my Togano microscope, but it's only 1080p. And I've had it for like a decade now. And I've done hundreds of great videos with it, but it's only 1080p. And I shoot all of my teardowns in 4K now. Just regular mailbag and other ones. I still shoot in just standard HD. But all my teardowns are all 4K. And I don't have a matching 4K Togano microscope. So I approached Togano and I said, hey, look, you donated me the last one like a decade ago. You know, it's been used in hundreds of videos, but it's only 1080p. You've got this new 4K model. Would you like to upgrade me to the 4K model? And I'll keep using it in all my videos from henceforth, right? And they went, no, not interested. What? So, yeah. This is the head marketing person at Togano would not upgrade my 1080p Togano to a 4K. And I went, well, you know, I'm just going to use your competitor's one, right? And they went, don't care. Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I was dealing with a different marketing person back then, but yep. So, yeah, I need a 4K microscope that works with a similar huge, massive zoom range and massive working range of my Togano. Well, they originally sponsored it. They didn't sponsor it. I didn't get paid for it, but they sent it to me for free, and I've used it ever since. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to find another 4K model and see if I can get it. Because, you know, one with the same capability, if I had to buy it, it's like, you know, $3,000-$4,000 or something. So, you know, I don't mind spending that sort of money for a really cool bit of kit. But if I can find someone that's going to send it to me for free, why not? So, don't mention the brand ever again. They're dead to me. Togano is dead. Oh, I mentioned them. They're dead to me. I just think it's silly. Like, you know, they happily sent it to me last time. And yeah, they just, yeah. Uh-oh, your keyboard's dying, Kerry. That sucks. The laptop I'm using at the moment is a Lenovo. I've done a video on it. And it's got a UK keyboard on it. And it's got, you know, the weird UK like layout of the like asterisk and the apostrophe and the like, you know, it's the hash and it's all over the place. It's different to your regular layout. Bloody UK, bloody POMs. And I've got a replacement keyboard for it. I've got like the Aussie keyboard for it. But then I went to take it apart and I realized that the entire thing has to come apart. Like, to get to the keyboard, I have to take everything out. And it just looked so arduous. And I just put it aside and went, oh, maybe some other time. And I've never gotten around to it. So I've got this annoying UK keyboard on my home machine. I got the bad employee at Togano. Well, it was the head marketing person, which is the only one who's going to make the call, I guess. Anyway, yeah, because they got this new 4K model. And I thought, hey, they want to promote the new 4K model. Nope, not interested. Oh, well. I do have another brand. I think it's like a Swiss brand one. I saw it at the trade show recently, so I actually picked up their brochure. Stop giving me money. I love Scott. Scotch. I've been using Amazon as a seller. They sent my entire block of 50 to a customer in Japan. Oh yeah. Didn't you tell me? I've heard about this before. Didn't you tell me this before? Yes, that sucks. Yeah. Imagine, hope that doesn't ever happen to me. Yeah, because you send them in box lots to Amazon, and they send a whole box to a customer. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, what a mix-up. Yeah, because the Amazon system's so complicated from a seller's point of view. Oh my God. You're a glutton for punishment if you want to sell stuff on Amazon. Their system is so you swear it was written on a mainframe and it's like in the 1970s and all the code is in COBOL or something. It's just so complicated and convoluted and oh my God. Yeah, it's really, yeah. And if you choose the wrong option, if you send it to them and it's labeled as a box instead of individual items or whatever, yeah, they could, their system's so automated. It just, yeah, they'll send somebody an entire box of multimeters instead of one. Mine's talking about Kerry's one, I think. Oh, on X. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, that's where I've seen you say it before. Oh, Mrs. EEVblog's back. Got to go. Sorry. Catch you next time.